Hey guys, it's Amanda. I hope you are all doing well and staying safe. And to begin this short little presentation, I would like to begin with my portfolio, which was super fun to make, a bit time consuming, but totally worth it. As you can see here, I have my picture as well as my biography. The biography was honestly my favorite part about the portfolio, just because if you were to read a little bit, it just really gives background as to why I want to be a teacher, and just the fact that I was able to help out at my school, because I went to a K through 12 school, a private school, and I was really able to work with all of the elementary students, and it just really impacted my life seeing the way that those students love their teachers, as well as just helping out with my little cousin. It just really made me realize that I love kids and I love seeing them grow and learn, because it is the most amazing thing. And the reason that this was my favorite part was just because I feel like lately, especially, just I've been so overwhelmed with the amount of work that we've had ever since we've switched to online learning and online classes, and it was just really nice just to sit and reminisce and just to realize why I'm doing this. It's hard now, but my goal is to, be the best teacher that I can be, and I know going through all these circumstances is going to help me so much in the classroom. And so now we have this educator standards and our technology standards, and here is how I set up my page. So this actually took a little while. It was a very difficult process, very time consuming, but I really love how it ended up in these columns. Honestly, one of the hardest things I think about this whole project was actually picking which artifact I wanted to use, because let me tell you, I literally switched out about 3 artifacts, maybe 2 to 3 times, because I just did not know what to choose. I've absolutely loved every single project that we've done, and it was just really challenging to pick, and especially those of you that know me, you guys know how indecisive I am, and so I kept going back and forth on which ones I wanted to choose. I was like, oh, I want this one. I was like, oh, but I like this one. And it was just a little battle that I had with myself, but I ended up picking, which was great, and I really do love all my choices. But this was really, even though it was really kind of difficult to put together, in a sense that it was just time consuming and me picking what artifact. The part that was a little bit challenging, I think, was just, choosing the standards that here that match with the artifact. Though it was easy, it was still a little bit challenging, I think, more so in the reflection part of it. Just because I wanted to make sure that the way that I wrote my reflection, that it demonstrated how each standard was used. And I feel like that was the most difficult part for me, was just making sure that I wrote it out to where it was clear. That way when people go and read it, they would understand, and they would know if they looked at that standard, they'd be like, oh yeah, that really does show here. So I think that was honestly the most challenging part for this project. But other than that, it was super fun. And so the way that I set it up was, if you realize, this isn't a link or anything, but so what I had people do was to click on the image. So I'll go ahead and click here. And so that way it opens up onto a new tab, and I just like that because I thought about putting a button in the picture, but I just didn't want to go too overboard with it, and that's why also I made sure to write click on the picture to open, because I didn't want people to think that there was no way to look at it, people would be confused, so I made sure to include that. But, so next we will go into our technology-rich unit plan, and I should say that this is saying header, but this picture that I got for this header, oh my gosh, I was online the other day, and I don't even know how I came across this or how I looked it up, but I saw this, and I thought, this is just perfect for my unit plan, and I was like, I have to include it, because before I actually didn't have a picture of a header at all. It was just a blank white space with my title, but I found this, and I was like, I have to include it. So I went ahead and included it, and I just think it's so cute and it's so fun. I mean, look, the butterfly's holding chalk. I'm sorry, it's just so cute. But, so, if you read it, my unit plan is on the butterfly life cycle, and that's what all of my major projects have been about, like my thesis video, a subject sampler. But so here I have my science objectives, as well as my English objectives, and I think one of the most difficult things about the general rich unit plan was actually getting another content objective. Because obviously the science objectives were pretty easy to gather because, you know, my unit plan is over science. So those objectives are already there. However, it was a little bit difficult for me to connect it to other areas just because it was about metamorphosis. So you couldn't really connect that to history or math or any of those other content areas. However, I thought English was the perfect one. It took me a little while to find the right objectives that I wanted to, but I picked these because how it says that the students have to follow or state or give oral instruction that involves series of related sequences. I thought it was perfect since the butterfly life cycle, it has to do with sequence. You have to get it in the correct order for the student to reach the science objective of knowing, just knowing what the life cycle is and knowing how it works in the different stages. And as well as just responding using newly acquired vocabulary as appropriate. You know, the students will be learning new words and different terms, such as chrysalis, which is also a pupa, and just making sure the students know what those words are, and that a larva, and all those words that go with the butterfly life cycle. I want the students to be able to know that, you know, like that's an objective for the students to be able to understand these science terms. And so now we go to my objectives, and for my activities I included these words, the words that are in purple, a different color. I wanted them to be a different color so they stood out, and I underlined them just as well so it could stand out. And these are actually all hyperlinks that I did, and honestly the activities were the most fun for me. Again, it was a little bit difficult just trying to actually decide what activities I wanted to do that would just be fun for the students, as well as make sure that they're reaching the objectives. And I really do like all these things that I picked, and one specific activity that I would love to show you guys is this. It's called The Life Cycle of a Butterfly. It's an online book. This website is completely free. I know it says to buy, but you do not have to buy. I actually created an account, if you can see right here. But I just thought this is a really cool way just to get away from your average just textbook reading, and your students could read this. Either you guys can read it out loud, or you could have the students break off into groups and read. Obviously, you would want to read through it first to make sure everything's accurate, because these are just other average people posting them as well. But I thought it was really cool just because you can create an account and you can create your own book that you wanted to for the class, and you could even go smart home. But if you wanted to, you can search like many different books that you can have the students look at. So I just thought that was really cool and really fun, and so I wanted to share it with you guys. But I really had a lot of fun creating this. Like I said, the activities was my favorite part. Another challenge that I had though with the unit plan was actually creating my rubric, because I know for most of us it was actually our first time having to create a rubric, and I don't know about the rest of you guys, but for me, the website that Dr. Alanis had suggested, it actually didn't work for me. I don't know if it was like my computer that it wasn't compatible, but it just didn't work. So I actually had to create this in my own Word doc. And so it was fun to create. However, it was just a little bit challenging because I really didn't know what categories to put or how to put the descriptions for each. And so that was just a little bit overwhelming for me, just since it is my first time actually creating one. So I did try to look at other rubrics that were online and try to pull some ideas from there. So that was a bit challenging for me, but I really enjoyed actually creating it just for the experience. That way, I can get more experience in it as I continue forward in the education program. But yeah, that is my technology with unit plan, and here are my resources, my assessment, and just honestly, I really love creating all of it, and I definitely would use my portfolio and this unit plan in the future. I know one way that I would definitely use it is just how Dr. Allen suggested, by putting it in the bottom of our emails. That way future employers can go look at it. I think I would also just use it as a way to connect with my students. Maybe if a student is been sick for a while or they're going out of town, I feel like this would be a really great platform just to use, so I could post the information from class or the worksheets that the students may need, and they can just get them from here. I wouldn't upload any worksheets as a PDF. I would type the things out in a Word document and post that. That way the students could actually download it themselves and fill it in on the computer. And I also think that this would be a great resource for subs. Like whenever you have a substitute, you can write things out on, obviously on paper, but what if it's short notice, you can't go in and you weren't able to leave instructions for the sub? You can always put it online. You can put it online, you can even create a little section, and you can put it under subs, and you can put the day, and you can send the link either to school, principal, or a fellow teacher to give to the sub, or however you need to get it to that. And you can have all the information, whether it's worksheets or whatever, lesson plans, games. It's there in easy access for those that need it. But yeah, that is it. And I hope you guys are doing well. Like I said, staying safe. I miss you all, and I hope you guys have a wonderful summer break. Hopefully, I will see you guys soon. Bye.